everyone, my name is Danny and this is my channel Lupin's Library. Today I'm going to be doing my February wrap-up and my March TBR, so let's get started. In the month of February I read 4 full-length novels and 3 graphic novels. Sorry, that was 2 fingers. So let me just get started with the novels I read. So the first one is going to be Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 2 in the Reckoners trilogy. It follows David, Professor, and Tina, and a new group of Reckoners as they go to a different city to take on a new bad guy. So for those of you who know who Firefight is, that's super exciting. I ended up giving this 5 out of 5 stars. I'm so sorry about the dogs barking. I've tried to film this video so many times, but my batteries kept dying, so it's going to go up really late, and I don't know what they're barking about, so... The next book I read is going to be The Captive Prince, which is by C.S. Packet? I tried looking up how to say that, still no clue. This is book 1 in the Captive Prince trilogy. It is about a prince who gets captured and sent to enemy territory to be a pleasure slave for their prince. So it is an erotica book. To me, it wasn't very erotica-y. I don't know what that says about the kind of stuff I read, but I don't know. I heard a lot of hype about this one on the BookTube, a lot of like mixed reviews. I've seen a lot of pictures of it on Instagram in the month of February, so I wanted to pick it up. I am probably not going to continue on with the series, considering I don't really care what happens to the characters, unfortunately. I ended up giving this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Seemed to have promise though. Okay, the other book I read was going to be an ebook. It is called Big Rock by Lauren Blakely. I read this a little bit after Valentine's. It was a romance novel. The main character's father is the owner and founder of a jewelry store called Catherine's. So essentially it's Tiffany's, but in the book it's called Catherine's, and he's trying to retire and sell his company to someone else because he wants to retire and travel the world with his wife. So his son, who is a notorious playboy, decides that he better pick up the family image, so he pretends to get engaged to his best friend since college kind of thing, slash she's also his, I guess like his partner, co-founder at a bar he owns. Thing is, they end up falling in love, etc, etc. Super cliche, but I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I only have it in ebook format, so sorry, but I'll put a link for it. I purchased it through Amazon, so I'll put a link for that below if you're interested. I think it was like $2. The last book I read is going to be Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. I guess this is part of the Lunar Chronicles. It is a book of novellas. I think it has maybe like 5 or 6 short stories in here, in just one bind-up version. I've never read the short stories for this universe until this bind-up edition, so I thought it was super cute. I liked some more than others, of course. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I do think you should read this either like in chronological order, like mixed in between the books, or just at the end. That's what I did. My favorite story has to be the last one. It includes a wedding. I'm not going to say much more about that, though. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, and lastly, I read 3 graphic novels. They are Chibi Vampires, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 by Yuna Kagosky? I should have figured out how to pronounce these before. So these are a reread for me. Book 1, I borrowed all these from my boyfriend. Book 1, he seemed to have lost. We don't know what happened to it. So I ordered it, got it in obviously, and these 2 are from him. So after this book review, I gotta give them back. But it follows a girl, I think she's in junior high, and her name is Karen. She is a vampire, but like an oddball vampire of sorts, where she's, I guess a better phrase would be reverse vampire, where she produces too much blood and has to give it to people versus drinking their blood. And she's drawn to this boy named Kenta, who happens to be in her class, and he works at the same place as she does. And unfortunately, he makes her blood, I guess, like, increase more. So she's trying to protect the secrets, and he's trying to figure out why she's so weird. So it's super cute. I think the first time I read these, I gave them 5 out of 5 stars each. And my reread, I gave them 4 out of 5. So we'll see. I'm going to keep going. I got to go borrow them from my boyfriend. So that concludes my February wrap-up. Now I'm going to do my March TBR. So I've already told y'all I'm not very good at assigned reading. So I only picked about 5 books that I'm hoping to get through for various reasons. And I'm hoping to read more than that, though. But didn't do too good in February, I guess. So the first book I'm hoping to finish is going to be Calamity by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 3 and the final book in the Reckoner series. I've already started it. I'm about 140 pages in still. I have not touched this since February. I don't know if I'm just dreading it because it's ending, or I don't know. I typically can't read a book series like run right after the other. I can't marathon it, and I don't think I did that for this one, but we'll see. But yes, I don't want to say too much, but this is The Reckoners, book 3, final. No spoilers. Okay, the next one is going to be On Such a Full Sea by Chang Ray Lee. This one, I joined a book club with my friends a couple months ago, and this was my friend's pick here. We drew straws or drew names or whatever to see who goes first, and she won, so this was her book. Unfortunately, her and I hadn't read it, but her husband and one of our other friends who never read books did, so we're behind. And I promised them I would read it this month so we could talk about it, and I think I'm actually going to download the audiobook to follow along, because I think the audiobook's only 11 hours. Apparently I couldn't get this one in a couple of months, so I need the audiobook. I know this one is called, it's a city called Baltimore, or Beammore, is what they call it now. It's kind of like the Hunger Games, where like each district is devoted to working on one specific thing. That's kind of how like this society is. All of a sudden people start going missing, and after like maybe a week or two, like the family and the loved ones stop questioning it, or they go missing too. Well, this girl, her boyfriend has gone missing, and she's not having it. She's gonna go look for him, and she leaves the colony, city, whatever. So we'll see what happens there. The next one is going to be The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is book 1 in the Raven cycle, or the Raven Quartet, whatever. Don't know much about it. Want to keep it that way. I just started this one today, so I'm only in chapter 1 still. Got my Luna Lovegood bookmark in there. I don't know. I just know it's about a girl named Blue, and she seems pretty interesting so far, so I hope to finish this sometime this week. Okay, the next book is going to be Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, or Moyes is what I've heard. I know this is about a girl who's kind of like an oddball. She becomes the caretaker to a man who is paralyzed from like the neck down. I know there's a love story involved for them, and I know there's heartbreak involved for the reader. So I'm excited for this one. I know the movie comes out this summer, and I'm really hoping to read this and the second book before that happens. And my boyfriend has agreed he will be dragged out to see this movie. I'm going to drop the stack. And the last book on my list here is going to be You're Never Weird on the Internet Almost by Felicia Day. I'm currently reading this and going along with the audiobook, which is read by Felicia Day. So she's super cool. I fell in love with her from Supernatural, and of course Geek and Sundry. I love it when she appears on Tabletop. That's like my fave thing. So this is just about her memoir, how she got started. I didn't know that she went to college, and her life was so interesting, so I'm excited to see more. Oh, and it's blurred by Neil Patrick Harris. That's so cool. And Lev Grossman and John Scalzi. And she knows Will Wheaton. And the cast is Supernatural. That's so cool. Okay, so this is a nonfiction book, obviously, and I don't read too many of those, so I'm excited. I've already started tabbing my favorite quotes, so I'm excited. I'm so excited for this one. But that concludes my TBR. So hopefully I'll get all those books done in addition to a couple more. So if you have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll either check them out this month or next month. We'll see. But for now, that's all. Goodbye, guys. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday.